that concludes our portion of the abdominal traditional yogi postures. There's 4 other postures that we are going to go over, and this is Western traditional, but I want you to know as teachers that when you're teaching in, say, a gym, you're going to get a group of people that might be a little bit more athletic, and you want to entice them into your yoga practice. So go to what is needed. You don't want to force your yoga on someone. In fact, the people that end up taking the teacher's trainings, like yourself, probably started in a gym. You might have not even liked yoga. And so sometimes we have to go to what they know and then bring them in. And then it becomes their lifelong journey. So postures like reverse curl-ups, leg passing properly, tabletop with one leg, and the old-fashioned plank pose that many personal trainers use today. So we will be going over those postures as well to mix up your yoga practice depending where you're teaching. The next 4 postures that we're going to go through that activate the abdominal area are more popular postures used in Western ways of developing your abs. This is very important because as a new yoga teacher, you probably will be teaching at local gyms. And so there's a big crossover of newbies who have never been to yoga. And it's a perfect way to bring them closer into yoga by doing things that they already know and they're familiar with. The first ab strengthener that we will do is the reverse curl-ups. So Alan's going to sit laying down. And what's interesting with the reverse curl-up, a lot of physical therapists love this because it's the opposite of doing the crunch. And crunches sometimes can cause low back pain or upper body pain. Basically, Alan's bringing his hands out to the side and the palms are facing up. Sometimes you can even work with your students. Sometimes they feel more grounded if the palms are down. Which feels good to you, Alan?
Down.
Down. Now up will open up the shoulder girdle, and then down might feel more grounding. It doesn't matter. And what we're going to do is you want to make sure that the back is into the earth. So you want to keep the low back protected, the low lumbar area, you want to keep it protected. And you want to make sure that the back of the head stays into the earth. Now, if you lift the chin a little bit, lift the chin up to the ceiling a little bit. Draw it down, back down. There you go. So perfect example. I said lift the chin. He lifted the chin up really high. So we have to really look at our certain cues. Now, if he feels that the look of this, if he can just press the back of the head into the mat, will help. And what's going to happen? He inhales, and he's going to cross the feet. And as he exhales, he's just going to lift the hips up. Yes. Now, this doesn't look like much, but there's a lot of work just to lift up the hips, right? That's a lot of work. Now, exhale. Inhale here. Exhale, lift and hold. Bend the knees a little bit more. Yep. Lift up a little bit more. So you don't want to try to rock or get the knees towards the chest. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. So it's very important to cue the breath. Inhale down. Keep the head, back of the head into the earth. Exhale up and squeeze, hold. Lift a little, hold. Lift a little higher, hold. Exhale, back down. Bring the feet flat to the mat and relax. So where did you feel that, Alan?
In my core.
Yeah. So this is one thing that's really great about a reverse curl up is that you're going to get the rectus abdominis, but you're also going to work the transverse, which and really even lower into your pelvic floor, and that's what we need to activate. Okay? So reverse curl ups. Is there anything else about? Nope. Sometimes you can do as much as 15 of these. Sometimes you can lift and hold, then lift again and relax. As far as adjustments, this is a very safe movement for the low back. So you might want to remind the person to keep the head down. You might come over here, and when they're cross your legs for a second, kind of come right here so they only lift up, and they don't swing the legs forward. So you can come up and just remind them this way. And then cue the breath. So cueing the breath is key. That's the most important. So inhale down, exhale up, squeeze in, contract. Perfect, great. And that's the reverse curl up. Now let's do leg passing. So this exercise, I really like this exercise because it's subtle and it's great for the newbie. And you can use root lock. Remember, mula bandha, root lock, right? So Alan's going to actually start with both knees up. And he's going to inhale one leg down, touch the mat. Exhale, bring it up. And as that leg's coming, he's going to pass this leg through. And then keep breathing. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Now I would like a little bit of action in the feet, so engage the toes, maybe point, flex, floint. And the rhythm can be slower or faster, right? And this is very, very safe. I'm not so worried that there's a lot of vulnerable areas here. The low back is into the earth, the shoulder blades into the earth. This is great for a beginner. Doesn't have to worry about crunching the head, and it goes back and forth and breathing and starts to learn how to breathe, right? Inhale, expansion, exhale, contract, and then lower the legs. And just point your foot for a second. I just want to make sure that we cover this. So, and bend the knee. So activating the feet. So flex is this. Draw the pinky side of the foot towards yourself so you don't curve the foot in. And then that's point. And notice the muscles. It will activate different muscles in the leg. And then this is flointing. It's the Barbie foot, right? You have a nice Barbie foot, Alan. So there you go. And then exhale down. So that is called legs passing. Perfect for a newbie. You don't really have to worry about them hurting themselves at all or getting any of their body parts in a vulnerable situation. Next, let's go to tabletop. So you see this in many yoga classes. This is actually a little bit more advanced, and this is a very standard posture. So first, go over the points really quick about tabletop. Tabletop position we use in almost every one of our postures. This is the grounding posture to get us into down dog, going through. A lot of people will use this posture instead of vinyasa. Melt the heart. So you want to draw the shoulder blades down the back. Once this happens, though, there's going to be a slight dip. So you want to draw the navel to spine, the tailbone out. So your plumb line is from your tailbone to the top and the crown of the head. Notice the stacking always. Fingers are spread wide, rooted into the floor, and even this area, remember, the thumb and the forefinger rooting into the fleshy area. The arms, the eye on the arms and the elbows, you want to draw the inner elbows in, but not too much because everybody's arms are different. So a nice way of cueing that is firming the outer upper arm back and down. See? So it gives you a little bit of a rotation, right? Drawing back and down, opening up the heart and stabilizing back into the shoulder socket. So with this type of posture for the abs, let's do one leg. Let's do the right leg behind. You can just stay here. The first thing that's going to happen is the hip's going to come up. So drop the hip. Turn the inner thigh up to the sky. We use that cue a lot. Flex the foot. Now, as you can actually have him push against, you can have them push to activate the muscles in the leg, activate the core. Draw the navel to the spine more. Did you see that? Right? So now breathing in the back body. Now lift the opposite hand. So he's going to have to put a lot more weight into the front. Now firm the outer upper arm back and into the shoulder socket. Beautiful line of the ears, plumb line, all the way down to the heel. So from the crown of the head to the heel, you have this beautiful plumb line. Breathing in and out through the nose. This is a big workout. This is a lot of work. And then exhale, just lower down. And then just do the other side. Inhale, left leg, right hand. Same thing. The key is inner spiral the thigh. So inner spiral and then lengthen through. So from the flesh of the buttocks to the heel, that's when you get that extra length. Toes are pointed. Draw the navel to the spine more. Yeah, good. Good. And then exhale, relax. And a lot of times you'll go into baby pose. Now, if they feel this on their knees, Alan, just show how you would just roll the mat to one side. You can fold the mat and have the student, right, do that for their knees. So make sure that the mat's folded. Now, if you fold it too close, they won't be hip width apart, but make sure you're hip width apart. So it's all about stacking for that. And you can do the breath and keep the leg up there and really ignite the belly and do a huge belly breath. Inhaling and exhaling through your nose, Ujjayi. Great. Our last kind of east meets west posture and is done a lot. It's really not the favorite posture for physical therapists because it should be done for advanced people. But I want you to know this posture because you know what? You're going to be teaching a class of 60 people and someone's going to go in this and they have no core muscles and they're going to hurt their back. And you want to know what's going on. So the classic plank posture, and we're going to actually go into forearm plank. I'm going to go behind you, Alan. So this is more of advanced posture, but I want you to understand. First, stack. Now, sometimes classic plank, people will put their hands together almost like if they were in dolphin pose. Or you can use a block. For women, it's one block. For a guy, it's probably a block and a half. And what this does, it hugs the whole inner arms into each other and roots down. Stacking wrist in with the shoulders, shoulders over wrist, right? And then he's going to come into plank pose. Yes, this is, I won't keep you in this. Don't keep your privates in it too long unless you really want to work them out. So feet are hip width apart. Yes. Heels yearning back. So just like plank, yearning back, the heels yearn back as the crown of the head goes forward. Melt the heart. We're always going to do this. So you draw the shoulder blades down, right? Shoulders go down and back, navel to spine. Just holding this, right, Alan, is huge. Now you can lift the one foot up. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. Or do the reverse of the breathing. Inhale and then exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, lift. Which one feels better?
Second one.
Yeah. Now, just so you know, some postures are done in different breathing patterns, especially a more Western posture. So work with that. So exhale felt better, didn't it?
Yes.
Because that's what I would do is an exhale because you're exerting energy. All right? Lower the knees down. Now, another option for this is to do this and just lower the knees and then lift up. Do you have it in you? So now get plank, but go into plank. More plank, booty down, heels out. Now, keep the feet hip width apart. Draw the navel to the spine, right? Flesh of the buttocks down to the heels, one line of energy. Melt the heart, navel to spine more. You're going to be doing this all the time. Melting the heart, navel to spine. Now, he's just going to lower the knees and then extend, lift the knees up. So inhale down, exhale lift. Draw the navel to spine. Use the navel. Inhale down. Exhale. Now, when you think navel, does that help, Alan?
Yes.
Good. One more time. And then press. Good. And then relax into baby pose. And that will finish our abdominal portion of our teacher's training. Thanks, Alan.
You're welcome.
Did that feel good?
Felt great.
Good.